Hello, I am Nic Stone, author of a bunch of books, Dear Martin, Odd One Out, Clean Getaway, etc. And this is First Chapter Friday. So we're going to start with this one, Jackpot. The way I'm going to do this, I'm not going to say a whole lot about the book. I'll read the chapter first and then do what you will with it, friends. So this book is called Jackpot and it came out last year in 2019. Chapter 1, no money, mo problems. Oh, the irony of counting out change for a $50 bill while mo money, mo problems plays in the background. Sir, I'm out of 10s and 20s, I say. I'll have to give you 5s and singles. Is that okay? It has to be, obviously. The man smiles and nods enthusiastically. Perfectly fine, he says, dusting off the lapels of his expensive-looking suit. Matter of fact, keep a couple of those singles and give me a Mighty Millions ticket with the Mighty Plier thing. I'll slide a few of the other dollars into the Salvation Army bucket out front. Despite my desire to snort, I know one shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but based on the Mercedes-Benz key fob lying on the counter, I'd say this guy doesn't need $212 million more dollars. I force the corners of my mouth to lift. That's very generous of you, sir. Barf. Nothing like a cheerful giver. The man takes his $43.74 in change, then grabs his mechanically separated meat stick and bottle of neon green Powerade. Thanks so much. He looks at my name tag. Rico? That's me, I chirp. Interesting name for a cute girl such as yourself. And what interesting eyes you have. 2 different browns. Now he's winking. Oh, God. Thank you, sir, and thanks for shopping at the Gas and Go. He tosses a Merry Christmas over the checkout counter before rotating on the heel of his fancy shoe and strutting out like he just won the lotto. Merry Christmas. Pfft. Not much real merry about a 10-hour shift on Christmas Eve. It'll almost be Christmas when I walk out of this joint. And then I get to spend 30 minutes walking home since the one public bus in this town stopped running hours ago. Good thing the crime rate in Norcross, Georgia is relatively low and it's not cold out. I look at my Loki watch, a birthday gift from my baby brother Jax that I never leave home without, despite how childish it makes me look. 97 minutes to freedom. It's the most wonderful time of the year comes pouring out of the speakers. Note to self, ask Mr. Zugby who the heck made this playlist. And I drop down onto my stool and put my chin in my hand. Truth be told, the influx of holiday cheer really has been a nice reprieve. Seems like every day there's a new political scandal or gun attack or government-sanctioned act of inhumanity or threat of nuclear war. But then Thanksgiving hit, and it felt like a collective exhale. The bell over the door dings, snapping me back, and the cutest little old lady I've ever seen makes her way forward to the counter. She's tiny. Definitely under 5 feet and maybe 90 pounds soaking wet, with dark brown skin and a little poof of white hair. The Christmas tree on her sweater has real lights, and when I smile this time, it's for real. Welcome to Gas and Go, I say as she steps up to the counter. Why, thank you, dear. Aren't you just lovely? Cheeks are warm. Well, you're looking pretty lovely yourself, madam, I reply. She giggles. I mean it. That is a gorgeous sweater. Oh, you stop that, she says. And anyhow, shouldn't you be at home with your family? Take it from an old bird. You don't want to work your life away now. I smile again. Yes, ma'am. I'll be blowing this popsicle stand in a little over an hour. Good, she nods approvingly. So, how can I help you on this cool Christmas Eve? She leans forward over the counter a bit, and I'm drawn toward her like a magnet. Well, I was on my way to church, and between you and me, she pauses to peek over her shoulder. I happened to look up as we passed one of those billboards that showed the Mighty Millions jackpot. You know what I'm talking about? I nod, drop my voice to a near whisper so it matches hers. 212 million, right? That's what the billboard said. I wasn't going to play this time, but then I saw your station loom up on the left and, well, it felt like a sign. So I decided to stop. Now I'm really smiling. This is the kind of person I would love to see win. How old are you, sweet pea? She asks. I'm 17, ma'am. That's about what I thought. You remind me of my granddaughter. She's in her 3rd year at Florida A&M University. I feel my smile sag, so I look away and pretend to do something behind the counter, really hoping she doesn't ask about my non-existent college plans. I'd rather not deal with another adult customer's judgy raised eyebrow when I explain that instead of college, I'll accept the management position I've been offered here at Gas & Go and continue to help support my family. When I turn back to her, she's rifling around in her purse. Thought I had a photo somewhere, but I guess not. She shuts the bag and smiles at me. What were we talking about? Your granddaughter? No, with a wave. Before that, I've got a nasty case of CRS lately. CRS? She leans forward and lowers her voice again. Can't remember shit. And now I'm really smiling again. Laughing, actually. I'm serious now, she says. Where were we? You were about to purchase a Mighty Millions ticket. Oh, yes, that's right. Let's do that. I step over to the machine. Do you have specific numbers you'd like to play? I do. Been playing the same ones since 1989. She calls them out, and as the ticket prints, I stop breathing. 3 of her white ball numbers, 6, 29, 01, make up my birth date. And her mighty ball number is 7, which is supposed to be lucky, right? You've got my birthday on here, tumbles out before I can stop it. Frankly, I do my best not to pay attention to the lottery at all. Mom has been obsessed with the idea of winning for as long as I can remember, but after years of watching her make sure she had $1 for a ticket and continuing to cling to this impossible hope while our finances literally crumbled around her, no doubt she bought at least 1 for this jackpot cycle. Yeah, hard pass. Seeing the day I was born pop up on a ticket, though, the lady's face is lit up brighter than her Christmas tree sweater. Your birthday, huh? Mm-hmm, I pointed out. Well, I'll be. Perhaps you're my lucky charm. My eyes stay fixed on the ticket as she takes it from me. What if she's right? $212 million could be on that little slip. Tell you what, print me one of those quick picks too, she says. Yes, ma'am. Would you like to add the multiplier option to this one? For an extra $1, it'll double any non-jackpot winnings. Oh no, we're going for the big bank. I laugh, coming right up. The machine spits out the second piece of paper, and I slide it across the counter to her. She grabs it and then holds both tickets up to take a good look at them. Then she shuffles them around and puts them face down on the counter. So what do you think? She asks. Right or left? Oh, definitely left, I say. She nods and pushes the left ticket across the counter to me. Good. It's for you. Whoa. Oh, wow. That's really nice of you, ma'am, but I can't take that. You certainly can, she says. It's my Christmas present to you. I look at it and bite down on my lower lip. God, how amazing would it be to win even part of $212 million? The old bad boy rappers say mo money, mo problems, but they all had plenty of it. Me? I work at a gas station for $7.75 an hour, and most of that goes toward whatever bill Mama hasn't made enough to cover each month. You know, minus the dollars she spends on weekly lotto tickets. Go on now, pick it up, the lady is saying. Obviously, someone over 18 will have to claim the prize if you win anything, but perhaps one of us will get lucky. She winks. Very different feeling than when Mr. $50 bill did it. Makes my skin tingle a little. I take the ticket and quickly stick it in my back pocket, which is good because Mr. Zugby chooses that moment to exit his office. Not sure he'd be real keen on a customer buying his underage cashier a lottery ticket. The lady and I exchange a look. She gets it. Well, you've certainly brightened up my Christmas Eve, she says loud enough for Mr. Z to hear. You finish your shift and hurry home now, you hear? I smile and nod again. You be sure to do the same, ma'am. Merry Christmas, baby girl. She turns to leave. I swear that ticket has turned radioactive and my right butt cheek is expanding in size right now. When she gets to the door, it swings wide and I hear her say, Why, thank you, young man. My, aren't you handsome? I look up, and there holding it open for her with his $1 million smile is Alexander Macklin, Zan to his friends/groupies/loyal horde. Varsity quarterback, all-around teen dream, and heir to the booty paper throne. No, for real. His great-great-grandfather or something supposedly patented toilet paper on a roll, and now his family runs Macklin Enterprises, which is legitimately famous for its focus on ass wipery. Speaking of ass wipery, rumor has it he only goes to our school because he got kicked out of his fancy private one. Something about a hacking scandal. And yes, he's handsome. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a clue who I am, despite the fact that I sit 2 desks behind him in US history. But still, would rather the richest boy in school not see me working the cash register at the local gas station. Pretty sure my hair's a frizzy mess, and there's a cheese stain on my apron from a hot dog I snarfed earlier. I need to go to the ladies' room, I say as Mr. Z approaches the counter to restock candy bars. He looks up at me with an eyebrow raised. I glance at the door again. The lady is gone, and Zan is stepping inside now. I think our eyes meet, but I turn away too fast to know for sure. Girl problems, I say to Mr. Z. Ah, he lifts his hands. Say no more. I slip from behind the counter. Zan has turned down the chip aisle, so I do my best to make no noise, avoid drawing attention. Just as I get to the back, Mr. Z hollers, "Oh, Miss Danger!" He mispronounces my name. Doesn't rhyme with stranger like everyone assumes. It's actually Donger, and usually I correct people. Having Danger as a last name would be cool if it weren't such a misnomer. Anyway, check the toilet paper supply while you're handling the lady business, yes? He says. So much for a clean getaway. Boom. So that was chapter 1 of Jackpot. I had to remember what book I'm reading. I'll read the synopsis now and give like a little brief 2-minute explanation of like the inspiration behind the book. So the synopsis on the front flap of the book says, to-do list, school, barf, 5-hour shift at the gas and go, get little brother from sitter and ready for bed, repeat, and again. When $100 million lottery ticket from her store goes unclaimed, Rico Donger, yes, Donger, thank you very much, has to find the winner. If she can unite the ticket holder with the cash, maybe Rico will finally catch a lucky break and a cut of the winnings. For help with her mission, she recruits popular and wildly wealthy Zan Macklin, the only other person who saw the suspected winner. As the hunt rolls on, the unlikely pair discovers things they weren't expecting. Hidden resentments, shared struggles, and maybe even friendship. But what happens when haves and have-not collide? Haves and have-nots collide. Will this particular shared goal unite or divide? New York Times bestselling author Nic Stone creates an unforgettable characters... Y'all, I can't read anymore. New York Times best-selling author Nic Stone creates unforgettable characters and an unforgettable story with unforgettable truths about class, money, dreaming big, and taking control of your own life. So in 2015, actually fun fact about this book, this was a NaNoWriMo book in 2015. For those of you who don't know what NaNoWriMo is, it's National Novel Writing Month, and the point of NaNoWriMo is to write an entire book over the course of a month. So the initial draft of this book was written in November 2015, and I got the idea during like this craze over a Powerball jackpot that was like, at that point it was like $800 million, and it eventually rolled over $1 billion. I think the final jackpot was $1.6 billion. But seeing how people reacted to this huge lotto jackpot made me think of my own life and my own childhood. I grew up relatively impoverished. I say relatively because, like, of course, there are places in the world where poverty means you have a family of 6 who lives on, you know, the equivalent of $20 US a year. Like, that's true poverty. But poverty here looks a little different, and the book gets into that. But this whole lottery craze reminded me of that, and it also made me think about economic inequality and how it might affect a budding romance and relationship. So hopefully you guys liked the first chapter. I hope you are willing to check it out. Those of you who are interested, I know that most library systems have an option to check out ebooks. I know that there are also audiobook options, Libro FM. You get your audiobooks through your local independent bookstore. Y'all support independent bookstores, especially right now, because small businesses, I know everybody is struggling with this whole pandemic thing, but small businesses specifically could really use a boost. So if you are interested in buying Jackpot, cool. Order it from like IndieBound. And yeah, hope you did. Love you guys. Stay like healthy and stuff. Okay, bye. See you next Friday.